As always, a great pleasure to welcome Mr. Robert Checky Usher to the show. Good morning and welcome. How was your weekend?
Good enough.
I'm
Good
glad to
enough.
hear that. I'm glad to hear that.
And how was yours?
Pretty good, actually. I spent my Saturday at the Banquita's House of Culture from very early, and we had a very, very interesting workshop. And it's one of the things that I enjoy doing, talking about the history of Orange Walk and talking about history in general as it relates to the development of Orange Walk. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So it
yeah.
was quite a fruitful day. And then yesterday, Sunday, I decided I'm not going to stay home. So I went out from very early and I met um, some friends and we had breakfast together and we had lunch together and all the way up till about nearly 7 o'clock last night. So
Okay.
quite
Okay.
quite a pleasant weekend.
Okay. It was a pleasant weekend as well to many people because yesterday I made the 25th and 52 play. A lot of people line up that they Chinese for collect yesterday.
do?
Yeah.
Oh yes, it was the day the Bakwe and
Yeah.
the date Bakwe.
Yeah, a lot of people win. Mr. Richard Mark celebrated birthday yesterday. He win one lot of sheet when I see the conk them, I think the money the conk. He said, but this is the money, but I have to work cash it. The tall boy was singing with the band.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's my birthday. And Emmanuel, I want to join in as media personnel to send our condolence to the entire media in the country of Belize after passing of a great announcer that was on Love FM for many years along with Rene Villanueva, Mr. Richard Merrill.
He passed away?
Yeah, Richard passed away. I think
When did he pass away?
if it was, I believe it was like yesterday.
Okay, I recall Richard working at Love FM, you know.
Very unique
that
voice.
Deep, resounding a voice.
Yeah.
And he was living here in Belize all the while, right?
Yeah, I think he lived one time he was somewhere in Corozal. I'm not sure if it was in Consejo, but some part of Corozal he was, because he called me a time to arrange some radio business with a person that was, he was representing somebody that was selling some agricultural products. Yeah, so he told me he was in the Corozal area, but you know, he was a big media person as well, great personnel, like you said, with that big sounding voice,
And
very
big
appealing.
resounding, yes.
Yeah.
Good morning,
Yeah.
you know, that's Richard.
Yeah, so that's part of the media that have went down, no?
hmm Well, we send our condolences to the family and to the establishment as well. Obviously, they have had a lasting relationship with Mr. Merrill over the years, and our deepest sympathies.
Also, Emmanuel, when we hear all this scuffle with this FFB election,
Talk to me about
scheduled
that.
for
And
over the
I gather
weekend.
that Mr. Mann has appealed to the board, no?
yeah, Mr. Chuk,
Mr. Chuk, Sergio Chuk.
yeah.
What
and
do you know about that?
he also mentioned that a vast majority of the members would not attend the meeting, and which was scheduled for this weekend, past weekend. And if they don't have a quorum, then there cannot be an election. You know,
So what happened finally?
that happened.
I mean, that meaning that
They didn't have a
they
quorum.
did not have a quorum, so
No.
elections were not
Were not
could
held.
not, could not be held.
Yeah, so it was scheduled for Saturday. It never happened Saturday. But when Mr. Quillen spoke last week, he said if it don't happen the first day, they have 2 days, so it could probably happen the other day. But it never happened at all. So, and he also indicated that, well, if they don't have a quorum and they don't have no election, then he will still remain as acting president.
Okay. Obviously, this is all part of a plan for Mr. Chuk's appeal to be heard,
Right.
because he claims that it's totally unfair the way that certain things went on. And we're not fighting for Mr. Chuk or anybody. We're just reporting it as it is.
Because after all,
But-
you know, remain with only Mr. Chuk. He asked, according to him, he said he asked the members not to attend because some things are not right, and the members they never attend. So maybe
So it
there is
means
some way in
that-
agreement with him as well, no?
Some people are in agreement with him. So
Yeah.
I guess that, like I said, many times you think you know what's happening, and then it turns out that than a suck. There's always an ulterior motive in people's minds.
Yeah.
Always. Almost always.
Yeah. Well, you have to know this CONCACAF and this FIFA are a big time world organization, right? You know, I wonder if this has happened already in some of their other countries, and I hope you know put like Wally, Black Eye and Belize and.
And I think that if it were for Black Eyes, we'd have been done getting a long time.
I get a long time.
Yeah, a long time.
Yeah. Also, Emmanuel, other things to report over the weekend. There was an assault in Corozal.
Again?
Corozal over the weekend. We understand that an Indian person was coming. I'm not sure if he was coming from.
Was it Indian from India?
No, I believe they just say Indian. They must mean like the Asian or the Hindus and so on.
Well, that's what I meant.
Yeah.
From India.
He was robbed of $60,000.
Good Lord, what will they do with $60,000 in a
He got in an knapsack.
That's a lot of money.
Yeah,
People knew that he was taking it with him.
Yeah, so the man was robbed of $60,000 armed robbery that happened in Corozal. And also Emmanuel, boy, last week it was Mr.
Mhm.
Castro, and I'm sure this week is going to be the former immigration minister
Elvin
Pena.
He knocked down somebody.
He knocked down somebody.
When did that happen?
This
I know
happened-
about it, but I just want you to give us
This happened on Friday evening around 7.
The person died?
Yeah. I understand what happened. He was heading to San Ignacio around that time, and around, you know that area where Running W is on that street. Well, apparently one vehicle with the front of him. So how the vehicle with the front of him, he decided that he want to overtake this vehicle. So when he decided to overtake this vehicle, when he looked, he saw somebody come on a cycle.
Coming.
Yeah. So what he tried to do, I understand, he tried to get away from it and then knock into the van, the red vehicle he tried to overtake. I'm not sure if that van. But then when he knocked into the vehicle, then apparently he hit the person on the cycle. And the person flung. He was not pronounced dead on the scene.
Hold on. You're trying to deviate, trying to move away from hitting the person, so you hit the van, but you still hit the vehicle, the cycle? I don't understand.
No, I believe that how he made it come, Emmanuel, because we understand that in front, the vehicle, he got on excursion, and the vehicle are big vehicles, right? Those Ford excursions, like the Suburbans. Yeah, so probably the person that come this way, so he may try overtake this vehicle.
I understand.
But maybe when he knock into the vehicle, maybe he never have enough space on the road, and the
Why
person.
couldn't he just reduce his speed and go behind the red vehicle that was
Well,
like anybody else?
that no-
or was
that-
he going a little bit too fast?
Maybe
for
Mr.
that?
go too fast, because if you wrong that area there, they're like almost freeway. So around that area, people always is speed in that area, and that area dark too, you know, because of the sake of the
I saw some posts about it on Facebook, and everybody is saying that, well, obviously that it was an accident, but trying to even label it more as, tell you what, this could happen to anybody's situation, you know, the
Yeah.
kind I mean? And not because he was a politician, and not because of his involvement in the immigration scandal should we make anything make it larger than what it really is. Well, it's already a large issue, the fact that you killed somebody as a traffic accident.
Yeah.
Not that you kill somebody, let me mark my words, that somebody dies as a consequence of X amount of reasons. Either you were distracted, or maybe you were whatever, careless driving, whatever. But somebody died.
yeah, somebody lost
So
their
he
life.
needs to make quick, to take quick action. In other words, help the family.
Yeah,
Help the family, and see what happens after that. I'm not going to openly disclose any of the legal
Yeah,
repercussions of this, but
yeah.
that will happen regardless. But my point is that he needs to make some quick action right now.
Yep. And then we understand that the family is a little upset because according to the lady that spoke, the common law wife that when he went to the police station in San Ignacio. He was well treated, no? And he had the opportunity, according to what she said, to walk out. They say he went to get some food. So he walk out and drive a vehicle and gone.
And so that happens in many occasions.
Yeah. But I understand also that the family were a little bit upset because of some pictures that people put up on Facebook from the scene.
I don't know.
Right? I don't really see the pictures there. I don't really know about it. But I understand that some pictures were put up, and
Why is the family upset?
because the type of pictures were then put up.
The type of, what you mean the type of picture?
I think that graphic pictures of the accident scene.
Oh, so pictures of the victim.
Right.
And they are not, they were, so they are not entirely pleased with that.
Yeah. You know,
I can
you-
understand that.
But you know, Emmanuel, like people like go take picture and then they just put up anything without realizing that you could hurt somebody. You know, there are things that you do, right?
That's why I'm always so mindful of the things that you can say, you know,
Yeah.
and put up.
Yeah.
So I rather not take any chances.
Yes. Do you know you want to take pictures of them thing, man? Unless you're not a journalist or want somebody
But
from
you
forensic.
need to be a responsible journalist.
Yeah. And somebody from the forensic department or from the police department, they take pictures to do their work, right? You know. But then check this one out too. In San Ignacio, they call somebody for go visit, right? Your friend, you're going to visit one friend. And then that turned out to a murder. And this boy, when this young boy reached a friend's house, somebody come out from bushes or from some area, and they shoot up the man, dead. Like if I say I go in the Morris house got healer, and when I reach there, somebody come out and they shoot me up, kill me. That happened in Cayo, Emmanuel. A lot of things that happen at Cayo, you know. I'm not saying that the people of Cayo is bad, but a lot of things that happen at Cayo, just like this armed robbery happened at Corozal. Corozal got very good people, you know. And most of the things where they happen, I don't think it come out from a good element. And then in Cayo as well, Emmanuel, there was a missing person, report of a missing person around last week, Thursday. Police, they try to find this
Was that a young man?
Yeah. They don't find her yet. They don't find this person yet. So the family, you know, one time you're there and thing they saw, it's supposed to be like something like what they bug you out. And you get desperation and you want to try find this person, if you're alive, if you could save her or whatever. Well, up to yesterday, they never find this person. And the family, like they never really at ease or at please. So what they do, Emmanuel? They burn tires and block off the highway for about an hour in protest of the police.
I've heard that on the news. Yes.
You know, in protest of the police. I mean,
This is what the non-democracy was.
one of those villages.
Camalote or
Yeah,
what
one of
was
those villages between Belmopan and San Ignacio. But I mean, people are look by and say, well, they don't have to do that. Why they don't do that? But we don't know what people they go through.
True.
So many
But
things.
that you just said right now, that protest, we could talk about that for hours, because a lot of people view that situation as a terrible situation. In other words, not only referring to that case, but the total. I mean, make we talk straight. How many cases, how many incidents that happen in Belize where people have been kidnapped or murdered? How many of those cases are solved?
Boy, you go almost at a zero.
Well, I wouldn't go as far as says, but it's figures show that it's not a high figure. It's sometimes something less than 50%. So if you take this situation and you go like, but we like watch TV, and we will like watch all the forensic investigation that is done in other countries. Mind you, those things are not available here, but sometimes it's a very simple the solving of these cases sometimes takes determined, relentless people, and with a sense of, with a good common sense, and people who go in and work with intelligence rather than rumors. Okay? And we become frustrated. We become frustrated easily when we hear the police are investigating the police, and that's the last we heard of that.
Yeah. Because you see what happened to the
Because
kid.
there is no pressure from the public to try to solve these situations. So we welcome that kind of thing in Belize, because it's high time that we get to know more about these things. And I wish that perhaps the police would have publish a report saying, out of all the so many incidents that we had, so many were solved and so many were not solved. And we'd have something, because at the end of the day, we hear in the news and we figure that listening to it in the news solves the situation. No, it doesn't. Then it goes into oblivion and nobody knows anything about it. And when we remind, if it's true, he me dead, he then me kill him, what may happen to that? Me no know.
Yeah, because remember,
And these things remain there, and
yeah,
You
lot
know?
of unsolved mysteries.
unsolved mysteries.
Yeah.
We could nearly write on, have an episode.
Yeah, because I remember this one of one of the double murder in Corozal. The families and friends, they got together and went on their search.
And we were assured by the police that they were going to have, that they were going to solve that situation there. I am hoping that they already did, and that if they already did, to share the information about what's going on. Or that if they haven't already done so, that they are at the point of doing so.
Yeah, so make we hope a good
So
ending.
this
will-
protest here was quite timely and
Yeah.
apropos. In other words, it was. They must have said, "Tell you what, we tired of this thing. We tired of things that happen and then it's never solved." You know what I mean?
Yeah, remember they had one in Sokots some months ago, sometime last year, when I believe it was 2 persons were killed in a traffic accident, which included a high-ranking police officer as well. And then people may burn up tires at Sokots. Remember that one?
Yes.
You know, and now this our next one. Remember right here, the Orange Walk, the Pioneer, all of that things, you know. Black up the bridge.
Yes.
Tear gas and all that thing.
Yes.
Remember that?
No mess with me.
Yeah. You know, but those are some of the things to report, Emmanuel, including a stabbing incident in Danriga as well. You know.
Stabbing incident in that
Yeah, we understand some scuffle with a couple, and this lady stabbed this person about 3 or 4 times. I'm not sure if the man dead or not dead, but now one lady stabbed up. I don't know if they common law or a husband or a boyfriend, but that happened in Danriga
But
as
I
well.
noticed that these are incidents that you're reporting on that happened in other districts.
Yeah.
Did anything outstanding happen in Orange Walk over the weekend?
I
In
don't-
other words, outstanding as something that is worthy of.
No, I know how.
Apart from all the graduations that happened.
Yeah,
over
a
the
lot of
weekend.
graduation. I know hear about no kind of.
But thank be to God
Thing
that
was
we
what-
don't have that.
I don't know too.
And I think that we must give high commendation to the police in their work.
Yeah, their vigilance.
Yes.
And I don't hear nothing coming out from the city,
Thankfully so.
you know. But that's not everything we hear, right? So, but so far, we don't really hear anything come out of the city. But these are some of the things that happen in different districts. We report from Corozal, Danriga, San Ignacio. So, we don't hear about anything else. They have one more case, but I don't really got the full information, so I don't really want to touch on it if you don't really have it all, right? But Emmanuel, you know, passing those little headlines over, it's 19 away from 8, and
Yes.
we will take our.
After we get to, after these, we will be right back, ladies and gentlemen, so don't go away. It's exactly 18 minutes before 8 o'clock, and we'll take that break.
These sunny days are here, and whether it's for a picnic or in your kitchen, you need the meat. Gillette's Meat Shop proudly offers a variety of juicy cuts such as processed meats, ham, bacon, salami, longanisa, and sugar cure ham, just to mention a few. Enjoy our meats in beef, pork, and mutton. So for that healthy cut your family enjoys, visit us at number 18 San Antonio Road in Orange Walk from Monday to Friday, 7 a.m. to 12 p.m. and 1:30 p.m. to 6 p.m. Saturdays, 7 a.m. to 12:30 and 3 to 5 p.m. Sundays, 8 a.m. to 11:30 a.m. Place your orders at 322-3486 or 322-2175 or even 610-4061. Send us an email at derekgillett31@gmail.com. Gillette's Meat Shop, fresh and processed meats.
Ay, qué rico.
This house got Wi-Fi or what? Buy you to worry about Wi-Fi, we come for party. You only live once. You've got to live in the moment and make the most of each time, because once it's gone forever. That's why I love my Digicel 4G LTE mobile data. Hey, you know the Wi-Fi password? I am always connected. I can share my memories with everyone. They always know what's happening. You know who hosts this? You got a Wi-Fi? Not have to be like Bale here and they try thief Wi-Fi. With Digicel 4G LTE, you can share whatever you want, whenever you want. You never have to wait for Wi-Fi.
The bigger, better network. Digicel.
What? Finally I get Wi-Fi.
Thought it on that.
Greetings, esteemed members, owners of La Immaculata Credit Union Limited. It gives us great pleasure to announce that LICU will be holding its consolidated 67th and 68th annual general meeting on Saturday, July 22nd, 2017 at the Muffles High School Auditorium located on San Andres Street in Orange Walk Town. We cordially invite all members owners of LICU to join us as we share our financials, developments, and endeavors, including the declaration of dividends for both the fiscal years 2015-2016 and 2016-2017. As always, your presence and active participation at this very important first ever consolidated session is of essence, for your valuable input and awareness are necessary as we continue moving forward to safeguard your interests and hard-earned investments for the sustainable growth of our credit union. We strongly encourage you to be on time to have the opportunity to win exciting punctuality and attendance prizes. Kindly bring along your passbooks. Snacks and refreshments will be served at the end of the business sessions. Once again, copies of the minutes of our 66th AGM are being made available at both our Orange Walk and Belmopan offices in order to allow you the time to review before the meeting. We thank you for your kind patience in allowing us the time to finalize our processes for this highly anticipated meeting. Looking forward to seeing you there. La Immaculata Credit Union Limited, your road to financial prosperity.
Let's get ready to rumble!
Y'all ready for this?
Get serious. Get bopped.
If anyone present should know of any just cause why these persons should not be joined in holy matrimony, let him now declare it.
Nobody nothing know, say me and you a touch. Nobody nothing know, say you a give it up. Nobody nothing know, say you come over me yard. Baby, you know me love you bad. Nobody nothing know, say me and you a touch. Nobody nothing know, say you a give it up.
Are you positive you are negative? Get tested. Know your status. Free testing is available at Ministry of Health clinics and BFLA centers nationwide.
And welcome back to the Sugar City Morning Show. Bienvenidos de vuelta, compañeros, a esta edición del Sugar City Morning Show. Durante la segunda porción del show, perdón,
¿Ya la segunda?
Sí, la segunda porción. Sí, la segunda. Estuvimos hablando acerca de ciertos incidentes, accidentes que sucedieron sobre durante este curso de este fin de semana. Y uno de los accidentes que me imagino van a figurar fuertemente es el accidente en el que el señor Elvin Petter, anterior ministro de Estado de Migración, ¿no es?
Right.
Se vio envuelto en un accidente en la carretera George Price, ¿sí?
Yeah, that's George Price.
Okay. Casi al entrar a San Ignacio, en el área por Central Farm, un área por ahí, ok, Running Dublin. Esto va a figurar fuertemente y me imagino que por ser quien es, por ser una persona a quien pues ha pasado por mucho escándalo, por decir, donde se dice que él es una de las personas que facilitaron muchas visas y mucho pasaporte, y en el caso del Citizen Kim, que se le acusó de ser partícipe en esto en particular. Entonces, pues esto es una oportunidad más para que ciertos elementos en nuestra sociedad lo traten de destruir. Sin embargo, yo no le voy a poner el peso a esto, sino simplemente le voy a decir que accidentes suceden y eso puede suceder con cualquiera de nosotros. Y estoy seguro que el señor Elvin Petter no dijo: hoy voy a manejar a 75 millas por hora y si veo a alguien en el camino lo voy a atropellar. Absolutamente no. Es muy probable, es muy posible, y aún probable de que sea culpable de ser distraído o de tomar una decisión o no sé, ¿cómo le dirías eso? Driving without due care and attention, conducir sin ponerle atención, ¿ok? Y mucho cuidado al manejar. No sé qué es la situación ahí, pero te aseguro de que esto va a figurar fuertemente en las noticias y una oportunidad más para que, como dije, ciertas personas lo traten de colgar. Ahora, la vida nos demuestra de que esto puede suceder con cualquier persona. Y aquellas mismas personas que lo traten de colgar por un motivo ulterior, siempre la vida tiene una forma de mostrarnos de que tenemos que ser bastante cuidadosos con ese tipo de acción. Porque, por lo general, suele tornar y golpearnos de vuelta a la misma persona. Con eso te digo mucho.
Yep. So, like you said, man, nobody come out with that on their mind.
Nobody.
Say, I want to knock down somebody.
Nobody.
Today.
So, I'm sorry that it happened. I'm sorry for the victim's family. I'm sorry that there was a loss. Obviously, I'm sorry for all of that.
I just got a text right now that is saying that the next media here in Orange Walk, they say that they want to see how the police will handle Penna. You see the same thing what they say, right? How they will handle the Penna case.
Well, let them handle it the way he should be handled.
Like any ordinary.
Like any other person. All I'm saying is that, like me and you.
But you see, like the other media, don't they put speculation into this thing? Like
y la gente va a decir, ajá, mira, porque era ministro, o porque era esto, o porque tiene stripes, tiene conexiones, no lo trataron como debió de ser, porque si fuera tú o si fuera yo, ya nos hubieran encarcelado y a ratos tirado a la cárcel y nos dan unas cuantas patadas. Eso no, ese tipo de tratamiento no es digno de nadie, de ninguna persona.
I had a quote from Texas that they are sending us as well. It said, she says, they refer to the next bidder, that they normally just go to the family and pay them and that's it. Referring to Mr. Pena.
Well, I wish I could have sometimes.
But somebody else sent one text too. And he said, but they forget my situation, Abelardo. He said he didn't even help the Nissan Arana family with the loss of all.
So I wish I could remind them of my situation, although we don't want to get in defense and in the same level.
And you can't do no comparison with nothing that is, man.
You know, I'm trying to be. All I'm saying is that it's going to figure prominently. Let the justice system handle it.
But you see, like sometimes when all of their politics come into it and they start to make a lot of noise, you know what happened? Afterwards, they lose focus and when look see the case go. And that's instead of just sit back and say, make us see how this thing will play out. And say, Mr. Justice or whatever DPP would wait for here and say, then we attack. You understand?
Well, I think that the people out there are very smart. And I think that the people out there would not forget the Abelardo Mae case. And I'm not telling you that it's any different or than Mr. Mann's case, Mr. Alvin Penner's case.
Yeah, true.
And I'm not telling you that Abelardo did not try to, well, I don't know. But story has it is that the lady was about to cross the street and that blah, blah, blah. I always said there are differences in the way the accident happened. But somebody died. That's the big picture. Somebody died.
Yeah.
And how that person was ended up treating is at the point in discussion here. Did he have to go, was he charged? I gather the case has been thrown out, no? Or has already been decided on?
I know here nothing but a case.
Okay. Well, Mrs. Arana died.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes.
As they said that, now I remember, that the cause of her death was not related to
the accident.
The accident. And some people are saying, well, how come this can be? Because if they never hit her or lick her, you know may have to go through that other disease that killed her.
Yeah, true.
You understand me?
Yep.
So I don't understand that. Now, that was a case to behold. I mean, to argue. But
you see, when the people start to talk, how they according to some texts, how they talk this morning, then it bring out other things. Because we don't hear what the police say yet. But they are really speculating. We want to see how the police are handle this. Then they say that they're just going to pay off the family and walk away, and that's about it. But you know what happened to that? That's an arrangement between that person and that family, you know, Emmanuel. If the family want to accept,
and if the family accepts that, who am I to judge?
You know, call for the law, say okay, if the family accept that, we still the child, because it go into a no case thing, right?
Ese es entre ellos y como se llama. Yo, por lo general, trato de escoger los temas que quiero discutir, porque no quiero que nadie dijo, ahí dijo tal y tal y tal. Y cuando sí estoy convencido por mis principios de que así sucedió y pues entonces voy a poder hablar. Pero I was not a witness to the accident, so I can't tell you.
And there are texts over the read that where people send, and there is no way that myself and Emmanuel or this station is taking side for nobody. We take no side for nobody. We just go through the text that then is sent, like Emmanuel said, You know, it's good when the people can call and express it because they look at us and say, yeah, that you say it. You understand?
Pero ya empezó.
Yeah, and these are only little tips of information we have. We are get more details later when the police start.
Exactly.
You understand? Because the police not talk yet.
Sí, así que podemos pasar al otro tema.
Yes, man.
Vamos a hablar tantito, quiero hablar tantito aquí y cambiar el rango de discusión simplemente porque yo creo que hay muchas otras cosas aquí en Orange Walk que podemos discutir, que son más saludables para nuestro bienestar, saludables para nuestra comunidad, para todo esto. El sábado tuvimos la oportunidad de participar en este workshop, en este foro, donde hubo una oportunidad de poder escuchar al señor Giovanni Pinello, que es uno de los investigadores o researchers en el Institute of Social and Cultural Research de Belopán, y están a punto ellos de desarrollar un libro que se llamaría A Walk Through Orange Walk. ¿Okay? Este tipo de libro ya se hizo para la ciudad de Belice, ya se hizo para el Cayo, ya se hizo para el Benque, ya se hizo para la Dangriga, y ahora están en Orange. Van a poner todos los esfuerzos para hacer este libro para Orange Walk. Ahora, este tipo de libros siempre trata acerca de la historia, la historia recién, y también edificios, eventos, ese tipo de cosas que figuran fuertemente en nuestra historia y que nos caracterizan, ¿okay? Que nos hacen sentir bastante orgullosos de ser parte de Orange Walk, o algún evento que sucedió hace muchos años, ¿okay? Donde no podemos escribir la historia, simplemente tenemos oportunidad de reportar acerca de ello, pero que es una parte íntegra de nuestra historia. Bueno, eso sucedió el sábado, donde un grupo de personas nos unimos todos y empezamos tuvimos oportunidad de escuchar del señor Pinello de cuáles son los eventos, personas que debemos estar, que podríamos estar figurando en este libro. Es más, dándonos los parámetros, por decir, acerca de, este edificio aquí es antiguo, lo podemos figurar. El barracks, esto, el otro, para poder crear una historia, un cuento acerca de Orange Walk. Pues, ¿sabes qué sucedió? Terminamos con más eventos y más monumentos y más parques y más lugares que en otros lugares. Casi 70. Y se supone que este libro va a estar, esto es el comienzo nada más, el comienzo, porque ahora empieza el trabajo investigativo, ahora empiezan las entrevistas, ahora empieza la documentación, ahora empieza la digitalización de los retratos antiguos, ahora empieza el proceso formal, y se supone que esto va a suceder, no sé, quizás para el fin de año ya podemos tener libro en mano. Ojalá. Les doy las gracias al señor Giovanni Pinello, les doy las gracias a todas las personas de mi parte para participar ahí, a los researchers de Institute of Social and Cultural Research. Quiero dar las gracias a Felicia, a Seleni, también a Cindy, a Chantel, también a las personal del Museum of Belize que estuvieron ahí. Así que es algo que muchos de nosotros hemos estado esperando por mucho tiempo ya que esta cosa suceda, porque necesitamos empezar a crear este tipo de orgullo orinjoaqueño por ser parte, escribir nuestra historia, empezar a escribir nuestra historia y no que venga un gringo a escribir nuestra propia historia, sino que sea el fruto de mismos beliceños.
Yeah.
Esto es importante, compañeros. Esto es importante, ¿ok? Y para crear un movimiento donde... Y estos son los comienzos del patriotismo. Sentir orgullo, sentir amor por quien eres, pero nunca sabrás tú quién eres si no sabes de dónde vienes, por el amor de Dios.
Yeah.
¿Me entiendes?
Yeah. So, the people that were attend the meeting, were there any the discussion? Were there any materials that were delivered?
At this point, it was not delivered. We heard about Mr. Nigel telling us the parameters of the program. In other words, what we should be looking for, who we should be seeing, who we should be contacting, what events, like the buildings, the monuments, where are the oldest buildings in Orange Walk. Oh, try to get more information about that. Who are the people, or the Battle of Orange Walk, where it happened? Do we have any remnants of it? And so forth and so forth. Places that, important places, the barracks, Fort Cairns, Fort Mundy, all of these things, put it in perspective, okay? People, bands that happened, that played, who played the bands, in terms of education, who were the first principals of the schools.
Oh, okay.
That kind of information.
Which
schools opened when and where. Which churches opened when and where. Because estamos hablando de Orange Walk, no estamos hablando de otra ciudad.
But Orange Walk district, not only
Orange
town.
Walk town per se.
Only the town.
Orange Walk
because
town
they talk about
because
bands.
Orange Walk district would be a much wider scope.
They had the San Jose ban as well.
But we also, and I hope I'm not wrong here, but we were also considering featuring La Banda de San Jose, which would be from San Jose, but they used to, the information is relative to Orange Walk Town because they used to come play here.
Yeah, right. They used
You understand me?
Yeah.
Las fiestas de la señora Nietzsche, de San Antonio, celebrando San Antonio. Las fiestas de cuando... En el antiguo, no digo antigüedad porque ya tiene más de 40, 50 años esto, ¿ok? ¿Dónde se llevaban a cabo? Y yo no sabía que se llevaban a cabo ahí en Independence Plaza. Anteriormente no se llamaba Independence Plaza, simplemente era un lugar donde se reunía la gente y ahí había semejante fiesta, ¿ok?
So does the fiesta of the carnival that used to be big here in Orange Walk, does that fit in?
Of course it fits in. It fits in. The carnaval fits in all of that. And los 3 días de carnaval, cuando venían las comparsas, ¿ok? Venían las comparsas. Pero también lo que figura fuertemente es la vida socioeconómica. Es más, ¿de qué la gente vivía? La gente, ¿cómo Orange Walk empezó? Se empezó was it because of logwood? Okay? And then when did the chicle days begin? We hear about chicle, but everything is relative to kaya, but we don't have any documented information about Orange Walk in terms of chicle days. And Orange Walk was one of the biggest producers of chicle, if not the biggest. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
we've had stories and stories and stories circulating about how the big boats used to come to Orange Walk by the bridge there, by the pier, whatever you want to call it, by Jane's, and used to fill up the boats with chicle on road to Belize City. And where did that chicle come from? It came from the district of Orange Walk. So, and then the mahogany, but previously, the mahogany trade, How did certain places like Orange Walk or Douglas get its name? All of these things we want to talk about. you know. But la gente que tiene la información no va a vivir por siempre. La gente que tiene esta información no va a vivir por siempre. Así que tenemos que empezar a documentar esta información para el beneficio de nuestros hijos, de sus hijos y de sus hijos, y para tener crear un poco de orgullo en lo que se trata de nuestra identidad. Beliceños, Orange Rockeños, orgullosamente así.
So is there assignment given out to
We're
persons?
not having assignments here. Right now, all those people who attended, it very simply is through a sense of responsibility that now we go forth looking for information. It's not assignment. It's not like, okay, you, Mr. Man, will get this, and you, Mr. Man, will get this. No. Now it's left to us to go and to look for information.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yep. So if one person have an information, it's still good to listen
Yo
to
le
somebody.
pido a
Right?
personas ahorita, tomo tiempo, que si alguien tiene algún relato, algún retrato, una fotografía, una foto de los tiempos antiguos, de personas que figuraron prominentemente aquí, aunque no sea una foto, pero que sea algo que nos pueda dar un cuento, les pido por favor, que se contacten conmigo. 635-7436 es mi número, ¿ok? 635-7436, lo repito, 635-7436, y que me lo envíen, por favor, o que me contacten para poder incorporar todo esto. No sé, es posible, muy probable que esa información que tú tienes es el pedacito del puzzle que nos hace falta.
Yeah, and it doesn't have to mean that you reside in Orange Walk or live in Orange Walk, but if you have the information, then
Y que conste que obviamente no nos vamos a quedar con tu foto. Antes de todo, se va a tomar copia de lo que sea y se te va a dar inmediatamente la copia para que tú mantengas, y luego un contrato donde el Museo de Belice toma responsabilidad por prestarte eso y que promete devolvértelo a ti en condiciones perfectas. Así que no estamos hablando de que se te perdió y que... No estamos hablando de eso. Ahora hay controles. Mucho se ha perdido en el pasado, según ciertas personas, mucho se ha perdido, que ahora la gente ahora dice, no, yo te presto esto, pero tú me das un contrato diciendo que tú me lo devuelves.
yeah, because then I think they're very important. People like get rid of the information like that, and when let it out, man, and don't get it back.
Exactamente.
You know? But it's something very good. So when this compilation come up and decide what will be put into this, it's a magazine, you see, a book.
No, it's a book. It's a book. It's a book about maybe so.
Okay, so this book will be available to the public. It will be
available
for sale,
to the
it will
public.
be-
It will be available for sale to people. It will be available to tourists. It will be, it's going to be called A Walk Through Orange Walk.
¿Y qué pasa si alguien va a pensar, yo tengo unas informaciones, yo tengo mis fotos, pero yo quiero colectar algo para mi información que tengo?
Pues si eso sucede, ojalá y no suceda eso. Ojalá
Yeah.
que la gente contribuya su información sin tener que pedir. Pero no voy a cerrar la discusión diciéndote, pues quédate con ello. No, porque nos conviene conseguir esa información. Así que siempre vamos a poder hablar más.
Yeah. I think it'd be good if people have pictures of the little house that Chuck used to have across the river. You remember that one? Used to have a little
I
house.
visited the little house one time.
Yeah, you know that picture?
Man, mira me picnic. We used to belong to the choir. And I guess that we went there. That was maybe in the early 70s when we went there.
Yeah, that would be
Or late.
Yeah,
Early 70s, 71, 72.
yeah, that would be something good for Potinero. If somebody have some information about that. Because we not see that here at Orange Walk again, right?
Right, but that's as a consequence of recent history, no?
Yeah.
But all of these things are, you see, it's impossible to put in everything.
Yeah, that's true.
So you just have to pick what we figure is the more important ones and the ones that we have more information on. But that about the carnavales and so forth is something that has pretty much died here in Orange Walk. But when I remember that when I was a kid, las comparsas were part of the activities in los días de carnaval, when they used to paint up each other with talcum and flour and well, the whole shebang, you know what I mean?
Rotten egg.
Rotten egg and so forth, which wasn't really part of the. But the point is that we used to have the comparsas and the están quemando a Juancito and the reading of the last will and testament of the Juancito, and how they used to take opportunity to make fun of certain situations. But the comparsas, vestidos de diablos y de diablas y de esto, con sus cadenas, I recall that. But that has died. It's a pity that it has died. You know?
Yeah, and then what happens?
And if you mention this to young people, they wouldn't begin to know about this.
They're right there, I'm going right now. You know, the things there, like how it died out. If you mention it to young people, like what you say, we don't want to say that it's a whole time thing. You know, but if it was still in existence, then they'd sit down and watch it and enjoy it, and because we're talking about the comparsas. That's what they call comparsas.
Comparsas.
Then the dances goes with meanings, you know. But then some people don't understand. Okay, then the dances swear and they do this and they do that. You follow this thing and try to figure, because they don't have one narration when that they happen.
At this point, Checky, what the forum workshop was about was trying to inform the people, the interested people who showed up at the workshop, what to look for. You know what I mean?
Yep.
And laying out the parameters for the book. Okay, we're going to be looking at churches, monuments, old people, events, so forth and so forth and so forth. And it was also an opportunity to share some information. You know what I mean? Because obviously I was glad that some people went. And because there are a wealth of information within themselves, there are a wealth of information. And it's good because what I don't know, they know.
Yeah.
You know?
True.
And they may even know more about it than I do, or you do, or anybody else does. So they might tell you, no fue así, fue de tal forma.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I can show you blah, blah, blah. And we welcome that.
Yeah, I don't want
to get upset.
You remember, they're not too way back, but you remember one time the telephone company first started in Orange Walk, where they was first based?
When the telephone company was first based in terms of like BTL?
Yeah, at that time it means
BTA.
BTA. Wasn't it by the court area?
Yes.
You know?
And in those times the telephones were big, bulky telephones. I'm talking here 60s, because we had some chat about where the first Royal Bank was, who had the first telephones, and so forth. And I recall that where I used to live on Main Street, the wooden building where my parents used to live, you know, that building was divided into 3 sections. And in one of the sections, I gathered that was one of the first places, it's not the second place where the Royal Bank of Canada was here in Orange Walk. I can recall being in what was the office of the manager. It had a sliding door, okay? And then it had a little trap door. I can talk openly because it's not there anymore. Had a trap door, and then the vault was a cement vault, you know,
yeah.
that was on the floor of the building, which was slightly elevated, maybe 3 feet, okay? And that was where they used to, it was a trapdoor, and the vault was built in the ground. It was no bigger than so, right? And that's where they used to put in their cash pan and all the little monies and the documents and so forth, okay? I recall that, right? And then eventually the Cane Farmers Association moved in there as well. And I remember the telephone, the big old black telephone, and it used to ring a lot, but one of the people who worked there told me that not all the calls are yours. You had to listen to a certain way it rang and then recognize it as yours. So if it rang 3 times, then that was yours. If it rang 2 times, then or me not remember how exactly it was explained, but there were distinctions. There were certain rings that meant that you were the call is for you, and little things like that that a lot of people these days don't even begin to know about. All we know is turning on our cell phone and hello, you know, or texting. But how did we come about from the early 60s to now is a story and a half when it comes to communication.
I remember the light plant, where the first light plant used to be, then where the fire station. Anybody came up with where the first town hall was? Was it at the same place where it is right now?
Well, where the first plant I gather was in the same. Some people telling me that the first light plant was right on Main Street, and then eventually it went up to the area by the fire station.
Fire station, yeah.
Okay, but I gather that previous to that there was a plant that was generating energy on Main Street by where BTL is.
Oh, okay. Yep.
I don't know if it was private, but I was speaking to one of the elders 90 odd years ago and saying, the first light plant, I mean, there, right around there. Yeah. You know?
Yeah.
But I won't dispute
How about the town hall building? Is it at the same spot?
I gather that it's at the same spot. Yes. I gather that it's at the same spot. And we had some stories about Mr. Chengere and how he was a representative, and also how he took the Ministry of Works, and equipment, and he walked the streets of Orange Walk and summoned by the governor and said, you take the transport of the government of Belize. And he says, who's going to pay for the gas? He says, well, I don't pay for the gas. He says, who is going to pay for the maintenance? And suppose something would have gone wrong, he says, who would have paid for that? And Chengere said, well, now you may pay for it, Mr. Governor. These are anecdotes that are going to make it quite interesting. You know what I mean? All about the Chorizo Theatre part, you know, when Dreamland burned down and where it was. All of these things are part of our history, ladies and gentlemen. And I'm taking time out to ask you, if you have any story, any anecdote, any piece of information that you'd like to share with us, please contact us. Please, we're asking you. You know,
right,
or very simply go to Banquitas and say, hey,
I got this.
You know what I mean? So we're asking if anybody has that, por favor, llámenme o vaya a Banquitas y les aseguro de que se les tomará máximo cuidado en el manejo de sus objetos que nos presten.
Yep. Well, on that note, Pao, I'll take our next break.
Yes, please. So we'll be right back, ladies and gentlemen.
Need an escape from your daily schedule? Why not become a tourist in your own country? Discover Western Belize. Transport back in time and be awed by the reminiscences of the Mayan civilization. Be adventurous or spend a day with family and friends enjoying the serenity of the Macal River. Sample a kaya staple or pick up some fresh produce to make your own delicacy. Come visit us in Western Belize. Belize, where you can discover how to be a Belizean traveler.
Tienes 8 cilindros. Eres adrenalina disfrazada de aleación de aluminio a 8000 revoluciones por minuto.
Así como así. ¿Será el cigüeñal?
Una limpieza de inyectores y un cambio de aceite. Vas a correr con libertad, campeón.
Los que entendemos al motor como si tuviera voz, hablamos máquina. Roche France, poniendo el mundo a funcionar.
Ahora distribuido por German Vega & Sons. Búsquelo en su tienda favorita.
The Philip Goulton Highway between Belize City and the Philip Goulton International Airport is getting a major facelift to the tune of $31.5 million. Section A of the highway upgrading project between Haulover Bridge and PGIA is nearing completion at an investment of $13.6 million. Works include construction of retaining walls to prevent erosion, widening of the road cross-section to include paved road shoulders, pavement restoration and resurfacing. The project also includes installation of LED road lighting and safety features such as signs, reflectors, road marking, and improved visibility through the clearing of the road reserve. The government of Belize, moving Belize forward.
Man, this 4G LTE really got me confused. Can you figure out how to buy my data? Yeah, I know, right? And my name to work as fast as I may expect it.
Man, listen, guys. It's nothing complicated about Digicel 4G LTE. In fact, Digicel just made it easier to buy data. All you need to do is send a text message to 400. And in the body of the text, type the amount of data you'd like to buy. That's all. And you, focus your phone. You'd never get 4G LTE from this 2G bucket. You also need to have an APN. Why go down to a BTL office and get yourself a Digicel 4G LTE capable device. And until then, you will feel the rush.
Now who is Balia by? Getting jiggy with it. Getting jiggy with it.
There's no need to go across the border to enjoy sun, sand, and crystal blue waters. Belize's northern islands and reef are just a boat ride away. Go slow and immerse yourself into the Caribbean Sea or enjoy some fresh coconut water. Or pick up the pace on an island where locals can enjoy sandy beaches by day and feast on your fresh catch by night. Discover the Mesoamerican Barrier Reef and submerge yourself into another world where you can experience a traffic jam you will want to return. You can also make new friends along the way. Belize, where you can discover how to be a Belizean traveler.
These sunny days are here, and whether it's for a picnic or in your kitchen, you need the meat. Gillette's Meat Shop proudly offers a variety of juicy cuts such as processed meats, ham, bacon, salami, longanisa, and sugar cure ham, just to mention a few. Enjoy our meats in beef, pork, and mutton. So for that healthy cut your family enjoys, visit us at number 18 San Antonio Road in Orange Walk from Monday to Friday, 7 a.m. to 12 p.m. and 1:30 p.m. to 6 p.m. Saturdays, 7 a.m. to 12:30 and 3 to 5 p.m. Sundays, 8 a.m. to 11:30 a.m. Place your orders at 322-3486 or 322-2175 or even 610-4061. Send us an email at derekgillett31@gmail.com. Gillette's Meat Shop, fresh and processed meats.
Ay, qué rico.
Hello friends, the only place you'll get value for your money is at Rapidito Loans. At Rapidito Loans, you can shop for jewelry by carat, stoner style. A genuine jewelry from us makes the perfect gift for that special someone or a treat for you. Come and check our widest assortments of quality and affordable gold jewelry. And for all those last-minute urgent needs and unexpected bills, you don't have to worry no more. Rapidito Loans is the only quick and reliable solution for all those emergency needs. We provide more and better loans for your gold jewelry. So remember, friends, great discounts on all gold jewelry. So come in and visit us at Orange Walk Town, number 4 Belize Corozal Road. Rapidito Loans, your number 1 money lending and jewelry center.
Welcome back to the Sugar City Morning Show. Bienvenidos de vuelta, compañeros. Son exactamente las 8:28. Es un lunes. Y algo ibas a decir. Ajá. Algo ibas a decir.
Huh?
You were going to say something. I interrupted you.
No, 8:28, yes.
Oh, yes.
Today is Monday.
Yes.
The week start from yesterday, but some people say the week just start today. You know? But Emmanuel, we look for moving to the end of June, you know.
I know.
June comes to an end on Friday, which is the 30th.
Yes.
You know, the 30th, and we understand and we don't hear about all the different transfers when it comes to the police department. We have Chester going to Belmopan, and Mr. Chase coming to Orange Walk, Mr. Tillett is going to Belmopan, you know, and we understand that these shuffles and transfers are something usual that happens in the police department.
Yes, and it doesn't only happen in the police, but happens in customs, happens in immigration, happens with a number of people.
Yeah, so
just want to, in an effort to try to avoid the inevitable sometimes when it happens, when in terms of like, you know, people have sitting in a job for 2-3 years, then they become complacent, and then the corruption begins, and blah blah blah, and Chadden can't move it from my job. No, you move around.
Well, we would like to correct.
And also, obviously, sorry, is what you don't know. What you know may not be pertinent to where you are, so they pick you and take you to where you're most needed.
Yeah, where expertise
fits, right?
Yeah. But we'd like to congratulate and we'd like to thank Mr. Tillett for his service here in Orange Walk.
Yes,
we know that he has been friendly with a lot of people, and we always see him out, and he's a person you can approach to talk to.
That's one of the characteristics that he's known for. The walking superintendent, the one who is approachable by everybody and who is going to listen to you.
And also want to welcome the new officer that is expected to come to Orange Walk, Mr. David Chi. You know, we want to welcome him. And
I guess that he should already be here, because if he begins on Saturday, he should already have some sort of, well, maybe not. Maybe there's a carryover program.
Yeah, he worked here in Orange Walk already.
Okay. Is he a superintendent or?
I'm not sure what his rank. But he worked here in Orange Walk already. But you must have some high rank to become the officer in charge of a district, no? So, you know, we want to welcome him, and definitely when Mr. Chi get there, we are trying to get him in here to see what's his plans in carrying out his duty here in the Orange Walk district. Cause,
certainly.
You know,
certainly.
Because they must come with a plan, and we would like to do, and I believe the public would like to know, and what's his plans and how carry out things in Orange Walk. So we want to say welcome to Mr. Chi whenever he arrives here.
Yes. I'd just like to quickly, before we go to another topic, to share some information with you. And this comes as a release from the National Institute of Culture and History. And it's a collaborative effort with the Embassy of the United States of America. The U.S. Embassy presents Arts Envoy to Belize, APEX, and I'm sure that you have already heard of. It's going to be something like a concert on Wednesday, this Wednesday, 28th of June, at the Central Park / Queen Elizabeth Park. I gather that the name of Central Park has already been gazetted, so we need to refer to it as Central Park as late as last year. And this is one of the topics of discussion.
Yep, I know.
Okay. And it's going to happen on the Wednesday, June 28th. It says, 2017 marks the world premiere of USA's cutting-edge pop fusion trio, Apex. Formerly with The Exchange, Aaron Sperber and Jamal Moore toured every continent, connecting with audiences only using the human voice. Now the duo joins forces with acclaimed DJ EDM producer Paul Kaleka in an effort to meld their different styles and then create an entirely new sound. Together, they aim to bridge man and the machine to fuse the popular dance beats of electropop with the raw, honest power of the human voice. It's free and open to the public this Wednesday, June 28th, and it begins at 7 p.m. Don't miss out. Okay? So it is an event sponsored by the U.S. Embassy along with the National Institute of Culture and History. And when these people take time out to promote and to bring these artists, you know, one of the things that is going to dictate if any future events will be held in Orange Walk is obviously the participation from the people.
Your turnout.
Your turnout. So if they looked at, man, we spend $15,000 to bring this band all the way from the USA, and barely 5 people come out of Central Park and listen to it, then for the next, they will not consider Orange Walk. And if we only were to begin to think out of the box and try to be a little more receptive to what is being put to us, and listen and appreciate what efforts these people are doing, you know, and to sit down and listen to the music, then I think that we would do a lot. Open our horizons in the musical field, begin to appreciate the work that these people do, and also, you know, it guarantees that in the future we will have more and more presentations like these. So we welcome this opportunity, this presentation, and again, it's it's going to be free and open to the public this Wednesday, June 28th, at the Central Park, beginning at 7 p.m.
So it's a trio?
Yes. Recall what it says. 2 people used to sing, use their voices.
Mm-hmm.
Now they're going to be joined by the DJ, and so it's going to be a presentation. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
3-man presentation. One musician and 2 singers.
Okay.
Okay. But let's not limit it to that. Let's begin to think of how beautiful they can present some music to us, and maybe we're looking at some of the popular music from the States, or from that we listen to on the radios, or from other areas in the world, which music that we like, and now it might be a totally different rendition. So, you know, if we're open-minded and like music, you should be there.
Yeah, and the thing is that, like you said, for them coming back, it will determine your turnout and your participation, and not only with music programs, but bringing
with anything.
With anything, and I say, you know what, Orange Walk come out good, so let's take this to Orange Walk.
Exactly.
Yeah, so we ask you all to come out and be part of it. U.S. Embassy presents Arts Envoy to Belize Apex. All right, so it's a 3 trio, 3 persons. They have the DJ, EDM, which is a producer as well. And they are bringing this to Orange Walk, you know, and it says they're in an effort to create their different styles and create an entirely new song. When it comes to song, definitely we are interested to hear what they got. And you know, they say they aim to bridge man and the machine to fuse the popular dance beats of electro pop and the raw, honest power of human voices. You know, there are people come and I do some voices and you will be very impressed to see how they do it. But if you don't go, you're not be impressed, because if you don't go, you're not see it. So I want to invite you all to come out this Wednesday, 7 o'clock at the Central Park, right here in Orange Walk Town, just before we get to the end of June.
Exactly, and I'm quickly just doing a research here. Aaron Sperber, so that we can, and Jamal Moore. We can get a little bit more perspective, you know, in terms of, he was born in Augusta, Georgia, Jamal Moore. And, well, you can quickly do, if you want to know more about these people, just very quickly go into the web, and you already know that Jamal Moore is a baritone. And he says, what do you get when you blend Nat King Cole and Andre 3000? Jamal Moore. That's what you get. Born in Augusta, Georgia, Jamal was raised on gospel music. You know, all these musicians are raised on gospel music, so you know they're good.
Yeah.
Because for you to be in gospel, you know, you need to be good.
Yeah.
And when you hit that hallelujah, you know, you need to be there.
Yeah, you need to reach in the notes.
You need to be there. So I'd like to take them out to invite the people.
Yeah, it's something good, man.
Invite the people. Go there. And no me cayó neba, say, ni sirve eso. Tú quédate. Y agradécele poder ofrecerte esta oportunidad de poder abrir tumbar las paredes cuando se trata de la música y empezar a apreciar música en sus distintas formas.
Yeah. We also have Louisiana and Trail Farm School who have the music program, so we encourage you to, you know, carry your child. Right. If they're in the music program, carry them so they can open up and they can listen more and they can see how far they can go when it comes to music.
I cannot see how anybody can claim to be not musician per se, but involved in music in terms of the singing part, and you have not heard or you don't take time out to listen to the big internationally renowned and masterpieces when it comes to the operatas and the operas and the choirs, you know.
Yeah.
You have to listen to these things because you gain perspective. Vas aprendiendo qué son tus errores.
Yeah.
You know? No solo se trata de cantar y sino se trata de mejorar tu producción.
Yeah.
Se trata de reconocer tus errores. ¿Ya me entiendes? Pero como dicen, corrige a un sabio y lo haces más sabio, pero corrige a una persona ignorante y lo haces tu enemigo. ¿Me entiendes?
That's right.
Así que we need to be more open-minded when it comes to this. And no decir, chao, me don't know what that with any that about. No.
Come and experience it.
Come and experience it.
Yeah, it might be once in a lifetime that you are sitting people. And believe me, if you sit there people at the States, it's not that easy, like how it's so easy for us here in Belize. You know?
So, vamos a invitarles. Pero regresando a lo que tratábamos hace ratitos acerca de la información que va a ser necesario para la compilación de este libro, y vamos a tomar tiempo aquí para desarrollarlo un poquito más. Hay ciertas personas que tienen fotografías y retratos de sus bisabuelos y sus tatarabuelos y pero no lo quieren soltar. ¿Y qué tal si me lo pierdes? Lo primero que viene a la mente. ¿Y qué tal si me lo pierdes? Compañeros, les quiero decir de que antes de que algún retrato o fotografía se salga de tu casa, va a haber, obviamente, el personal del Museo de Belice va a contactarte y te va a explicarte que las condiciones, ¿ok? Y vas a firmar un contrato diciendo, si algún día acción que estás haciendo de hacer disponible ese retrato que tienes, es simplemente que se los estás prestando, no se los estás dando. Tú inmediatamente vas a conseguir una copia del retrato y te van a dar un contrato que firmes diciendo claramente que ellos, el museo, y esto fue explicado muy claramente a nosotros el sábado, ellos, el del museo, se hacen responsable por devolverte a ti tu retrato en perfecta condición. Y mejor aún, si es que sucede que se necesita, el retrato ya está muy viejo y que necesita de una cierta cantidad de trabajo, que ellos lo harán, ¿ok? A ningún costo tuyo, ¿ok? Pero que ellos lo van a digitalizar, pero primero lo van a reparar, digitalizar, y ya luego cuando ya terminen su trabajo, te lo entregan en perfecta condición y también te van a entregar una copia del producto ya mejorado. Es más, hay fotos que tienen roturas y no sabes cómo sucedió. Pues obviamente ya tiene más de 50 años, va a mostrar ya las muestras del tiempo, ¿ok? Pero te invito a que consideres prestar tus fotografías, pero contacta, practica. Si tienes alguna duda, alguna pregunta, llama, pregunta, diles, yo quiero prestar eso, pero yo quiero saber cómo me lo vas a tratar, si me lo vas a cuidar bien. Practícalo. Habla abiertamente acerca del tema, no tengas miedo.
That's right. And if you picture all the good ones,
exactly.
Those are the good ones. So don't worry if you got all these stain on it. Then it could work. Because you don't expect that you have a digital picture like what you have today. But if you have the old pictures, then they want to show
Te
the
voy a
quality.
compartir de que yo tengo dos fotos aquí que, si te das cuenta, Chequi, están rotas, pero es el único que existe de este. Es de mi bisabuelo Vicente Escalante, es de Tratado M. Salazar y tiene una notita atrás, ¿ok? Pero esto me lo van a reparar, ¿ok? También tengo otro con el señor Tiburcio Escalante, hermano de mi bisabuelo, y con el señor Luciano Ayuso, que es mi bisabuelo. Y estas dos personas son responsables por, la mitad de Orange Walk. ¿Ok?
Yep.
Así que mucha gente, cuando llegue en su family history, va a encontrar que es hijo o nieto de Tiburcio, o hijo o nieto de Luciano, o hijo o nieto de Vicente. Estas fotografías yo las estoy prestando al Museo de Belice para que los digitalicen, que lo reparen y los digitalicen, y luego me lo devuelven a mí sin problema alguno. Pero ya hice mi contribución.
And you'll get back your original.
You'll get back your originals.
Yeah. Okay, very good. Emmanuel, it's 30 minutes now away from 9 o'clock. Before we leave this morning, I would like to, like we mentioned, we're approaching the ending of June. July will be here, and want to inform everyone of the town council election coming up in 2018, and transfers are done in the months of July and August.
Right.
So if you are living in a village, in a rural area, and you came to live in a town, not only Orange Walk town, the only way you will be able to vote in the town is if you transfer your registration.
And if you forget to transfer or willingly don't transfer and you're still in Orange Walk or living someplace else, you still, as long as your name appears there.
Yeah, but you will not be able to vote in the town council election if you not transfer. Let's say you live in Trial Farm, and you move into town, or you move right into Ochobenke. Ochobenke is part of the town as well. But if you are still registered in Trial Farm, not because you live in Ochobenke, you're going to live in a town, then on election day, you will be able to vote. That's so, right?
Right.
So you will
Because
need...
la gente dice, no, yo voté la última vez y te ponen unos... no te dan la información correcta y luego entonces resulta de que no votaron para town council, no votaron para general election, pero no te dicen toda la información.
Right.
Y entonces andas buscando y que no aparece su nombre en la lista y resulta de que jamás nunca votaron en town council. Era para general que votaron, pero no saben explicarse.
Right, and I say, well, but I moved to Ochobenke last time, and I voted in a general election. I got right there, Trial Farm School, got vote or the Chapel School. But then, that's you're not registered in a town. You need to register in the town limits for you to vote in the town council election, and that happens between the month of July and August.
So right.
Yeah. So because for you to exercise your consent, because definitely if you live in a town area, you would like to vote in the town because you would like to see the development in that area. So you vote for the team or the person who you figure can do that development in your area. But if you're not registered there, then you cannot vote. So you need to register, and we just want to share that clear with you all. And also when it comes to if you are just becoming 18, then it don't really matter about where you live. If you need no transfer because you're not registered yet. But when you go and register, make sure that you put your resident where you reside, the resident where you live, the street where you live, and that will determine if you fall in the parameters of town for you to be able to vote for the town council election.
That's exactly right.
Yeah. They have some people living in some village and they're still not transferred as yet. So if you live in a town and you're gonna move and you live down a village and you're not transferred, then your registration is still in town. So it's left up to you, and by right, if you move out, you're supposed to transfer to where you are. If you live in a village, but if you move from town and you're gonna live in a village and you never transfer, then you are still eligible to vote for the town council election because that's where your registration is, right?
Registered at, okay.
You know, so we just want to bring out that point so that people can know. So when election day come, then they don't really, catch them as a surprise. You go in a line or stand up in a line for half an hour and no reach. So no, you can't vote because you live here, but you are registered in, let's say, in San Jose, Palmar, or Carmelita.
And I just want to tell you that in situations that people are going to say, oh, él no vive aquí, él vive en tal y tal y tal y tal lugar. Mientras que tu nombre aparezca en la lista de votantes, no hay quien lo saque.
Okay, what is
Porque
it?
hay un proceso donde y hay un tiempo para darle para atender ese tipo de situación. Es más, cuando tienes creo que cada no sé cuántos meses se revisan las listas y entonces si es que hay personas que dicen, ¿sabes qué? Fulanito ya murió, hay que sacarlo de la lista. Fulanita aquí no vive aquí, hay protestas. Es más. Y ya luego de comprobar de que ese individuo no debe estar en la lista, se le saca el nombre de la lista o se mantiene como sea la decisión del juez o del magistrado. Pero ya luego que esa lista está publicada, ya no hay nadie.
Yeah.
Así que tu queja simplemente va a quedar ahí. Así que yo invito a las personas que revisen sus listas.
Yep. When August is finished, there's no more transfer for this next election when they come.
Exactly.
Once August finish, transfers close. New registration still remains open. But if you become 18, let's say become 18 right in September, then you go register one time because the rush won't be too much at the registration office. When the rush comes, it's between like 1 month to 2 months. Then the registration office get busy because all candidates will try carrying their persons if their birthday that today, they try carrying today for register. So if you become 18, like let's say you become 18 today, then you could go register. And even between the months of July and August, if you become 18, it's not, the office is not open only for transfers. You could still go register, but the transfers are done only in those months. But the office is open for all registrations. It's not specific just for transfers, right?
Exactly so, exactly so. So, compañeros, nada más para en español, recordándoles de que el siguiente mes, julio y agosto, meses, julio y agosto, son los 2 meses cuando se hacen lo que es las transferencias. Si vives en Orange Walk, pero estás registrado en el Cayo, pero vives en Orange Walk, pues te transfieres a Orange Walk. Si estás registrado en Belice porque vivías ahí, o registrado en Augusta Parish porque vivías ahí, pero ahora resides en el pueblo, ahora es el tiempo para corregir estas situaciones. Nada más son 2 meses por el año, julio y agosto, cuando se permite este tipo de transacción. Solo 2 meses, julio y agosto. Así que esto es obviamente en un esfuerzo de tratar de actualizar las residencias de los votantes. Esto es un esfuerzo para tratar de darle claridad y transparencia al sistema. Porque dicen, pero yo veo que hay un nombre aquí que se llama fulanito del lo que sea, ¿ok? Y nadie sabe dónde vive y nadie sabe quién es. Pero dice que vive en Baker Street o en Main Street o en Queen Victoria, pero nadie lo conoce. ¿Ya me entiendes?
Right.
Entonces, andas en busca de fulanito, jamás lo encuentras. El día de las elecciones, tan de repente viste que fulanito votó, nunca lograste saber quién es el fulanito, pero el fulanito no vive en Orange Walk. Está registrado, pero no vive en Orange Walk. Vive quizás en uno de los otros pueblos, pero no vive en Orange Walk.
Yeah.
¿Ya me entiendes? Pero nunca hizo su transferencia.
But also, Emmanuel, if you live in San Ignacio or San Pedro, or well, I'm not going to put San Pedro because San Pedro is a town. But if you live at San Ignacio or Stan Creek, Dan Riga, and you register in the town, you can vote for the town council election. But if you come to Orange Walk, you have always been voting for the town council election in that town that you live. But if you go to Orange Walk and you go live at San Jose, and you transfer to San Jose, then you will not be able to vote for the town council election.
Exactly right. Exactly right. So everything is relative to where you
reside.
Where you reside. Yeah. Si vives en el pueblo, no puedes ir a votar en el concilio de San Jose. Obviamente, estás registrado en el pueblo.
Yeah. And if you live at a town, you're registered in a village, then you can't vote for the town council election. You need to do your transfers.
Exactly so. Así que
yeah.
hay que tomar responsabilidad para estas cosas, recordándoles de que solo son 2 meses, julio y agosto, cuando esto sucede. También se les pide que si su hijo, su nieto, nieta, hija, sobrina, ahijada, ya tiene 18 años y no está registrada, se les pide que se registren, ¿ok? Y que se ejerzan su derecho de votar, ¿ok? A esa edad 18 ya tienen capacidad para pensar por sí mismo.
That's right.
Así que, por favor, si ellos no lo hacen, sin embargo, de su propia decisión, es tu derecho de recordárselos. ¿Te vas a ir a registrar? Te sugiero que vayas a registrar.
That's
Como
right.
votante. Si esa persona ya no quiere, decisión de ellos. Nadie nos puede forzar.
Yep. And I can't go after August. I said, pues, I want transfer because I live that town now and I may live that village because after August, there's no more transfer. And then even if you live that town and not transfer, you will not be able to vote in the town council election.
Exactamente, exactamente. Pero ya son 2 minutos para las 9, compañeros. Esta semana vamos a tener muchos invitados, miércoles, jueves, viernes. Ojalá y creo que tenemos uno ya puesto para mañana también. Pero como generalmente empezamos la semana el lunes, se nos hace difícil muchas veces traer invitados el lunes, así que tomamos tiempo para discutir asuntos que nos acechan y que estamos confrontando. Sin embargo, durante el curso de la semana vamos a tener invitados donde tenemos la oportunidad de aprender, informarnos. Así que tan pronto eso ya tengamos ya esto asentado, se estaremos informando desde muy temprano. ¿Ok? Con eso, compañeros, ya son... Hoy es las 9 menos 1 minuto. Yo le quiero agradecer a Morris, a Rahim, por de estar detrás de los controles. Y a ti te quiero agradecer. I want to thank you, Chucky, for being here with me. And I'd like to thank the public, the viewing audience, for their for tuning in and for their loyalty to the Sugar City Morning Show. Thank you very much. I'd like to remind you that this show repeats tonight at 9 o'clock. And nonetheless, watch it or not watch it, we will be here tomorrow morning, faithfully, at 7 in the morning. And I want to thank you. My name is Emmanuel.
And I'm Robert Checky Usher. If the good Lord so will, we will be back with you tomorrow right here on the show. And remember, we got the music show coming up from 10 to 12 right here on the same channel and also on Universal Radio. So on that note, I will say what we usually say, hasta mañana.
Until we meet again. Hasta luego. Se cuidan.